When I get a genuine compliment, it's nice. But when I have someone that's like, literally just hears that I got a whole bunch of money and all of a sudden they're nice to me, I can't stand it. And unfortunately today I did lose 2 friends because
I got news.
I started making money, started doing good, and now all of a sudden they have time to insult me. They have time to try and pressure me into buying them things. And it's weird too, because like I really wasn't expecting it. But like as soon as I got money, they're just super disrespectful and like passive aggressively disrespectful to the point where they could be like, when people are like, oh, I don't know what I did. I don't understand what I did wrong, or, what I said wrong. And like, I mean, admittedly, I've kind of just been waiting to kind of get out of the situation so that I wouldn't have to deal with them anymore. Because I realized as soon as I got that money that their entire attitude towards me changed. And I was kind of just waiting for them to say something that was legitimately insulting, that I could walk away from the situation without them trying to leverage anything against me.
James was begging Josh for $300
I got away
today.
From the line and literally said, I'm like, all the stuff that you have me keeping here, you could just toss it. And we didn't get into a fight or anything. We just
is he kicked out of his apartment?
And I told him, or I told her, I said, God's honest truth, I'm not even mad at you. I just,
his fake
I don't
apartment.
feel I'm not dealing with this, So I'm thankful for the help, but I get irritated when I help people with a whole lot of stuff that you don't really talk about, right? Like
Libras
the
are usually
assistance
awesome
that you give people that you never mention out loud, and then there's some
Happy
scumbag
birthday,
that has to be like try and leverage against you when you're doing stuff that is documentable. And they're like, well, I can make you look
I'll show
bad
you guys
keep doing it for me, or you give me more. I'm like, listen, you can like shut up, and I don't say this, but like the reality is, you're welcome for keeping you alive. You're welcome for helping you keep your apartment instead of getting kicked out, because you're about to get kicked out your apartment. And I think I drew the line at like creating expectations of me giving them money. That's when I was like, nah, I'm putting an end to this. So I kind of just minded my own business, did my own thing. I waited for their greed to set in because there was no avoiding it, unfortunately.
James is like, I have to pay money to live here. Fuck that, I'm out.
And then when I did, I was just like, all right, I'm going to head out. And so I did. Very
I hope everything's okay,
and more than likely I'm about to walk into another situation that's going to go the exact same way. And I'm totally fine with it. I got my own thing going on now. I like having them in my life, but I'm not going to be pretending to be friends with someone that's just trying to leverage stuff against me. It's so annoying. It's so 80s.
Dots.
And if it were the 80s, I'd be having a lot more fun. But it's not. And I'm,
It's not the 80s, guys. Grow
I'm not
up.
delusional. I'm paying attention to the fact
Stop
that
being
everything
delusional.
gets recorded and everything's documented and there's security cameras all over the place, And I take that into account in the decisions I make. And realistically, moving forward, as I'm starting to live a life that's more in front of the camera and a life where I'm,
Look
more
at his
out in
eyes.
the public, I have
His
to
pupils
shift my
are like
friendships to
dots.
people that are people that spend more time in the public. It's disappointing to
And
lose
he's
some
got
of
a
my
visor
friendships,
on.
but
And a bee hat.
there are people that will more than likely,
a hood.
Make an attempt to leverage something against me and end up having to be schooled and eat their words, even at their level of experience and age. And I just don't need it.
You guys are sweethearts.
It's the extra drama I don't need. So I bow out respectfully, more quickly and more soon. Then I just move on, Like I got what I need. I'm doing what I got to do. And I gave her a chance too. I told her, I'm like, look, in my life, the actual personal life that I live, not this fake one, the one I'm giving up now, that I don't got to do it, that I don't got to be fake. I don't make plans with people. I don't set stuff up and call ahead and text ahead or make plans. I don't spend my time trying to get people to talk about their personal stuff.
I think he was crashing on some chick's couch, and she was like, if you're going to keep staying here, you're going to have to pay money. So James was just like making up a story to us.
As soon as I got
based off what he's saying.
That's what my friends started doing. They started playing cops. They started playing, acting like cops. And I'm fine with the police. But if you're not a police officer, don't play cop, or that's a very easy way to get yourself, kicked out of my life. I don't. If your job isn't in law enforcement, don't cop me, because I don't have an interest in it, and it really makes me disgusted. I get disgusted with it really quickly. Oh, so where were you at this time? Or what kind of shoes were you wearing? Like who asked that? It's weird. Like, people don't realize how weird it is, and I'm not about it.
Because
if a police officer asks me, that's fine.
He's in a different disguise every day.
It's not weird, because it's what they're supposed to do. It's what they get paid to do. But if you aren't a paid police officer, don't question me. Don't interrogate me, because it's really fucking weird. Okay? So moving forward, the friends that started asking me questions and trying to interrogate me as soon as I started making money, they're not even suspicious about the money I'm making. They just want to figure out how to get an upper hand over my income and try to get my money. And they're already millionaires. So I'm just like, you know what? Enjoy your money, enjoy your fake friends, have a wonderful day. I'm going out to the street. And if you want to hang out later, then we can hang out later. You can meet me at this place on this day. I'm giving you a heads up.
Maybe they think you're a drug dealer or something. They don't want it in their house.
To meet there at that time on their own without being told about it. And the reason you're not, I didn't say this to them, but realistically, they're not in the in crowd because they have to always be asking those questions. And in reality, you either know or you don't know. And if you're not in the know and you don't know already, then you're not going to know. And people say, well, I have a question here. No, I'm telling you, the true culture doesn't work that way. You either know or you don't know. Either you walk in the door when it's open, whether you are invited or not, or you're not in. And there's nothing else to it. That's the risk you take. And people don't understand that. They're like, what are you talking about? Well, it's the risk you take. You make a personal choice. Somebody leaves that door open to go to a party, you are invited to the party. Anyone's invited. But you have to be smart enough to get into the party, go have a good time, make some networks,
everyone knows that.
Network some and make some connections, and get out without people questioning it too hard or figuring out that it's your first time.
Mad beans. Make them mad.
And people are like, well, we don't live that way. Then don't. That's fine. Just don't expect to get an invite, because you won't. It don't work that way out here.
Like when he says,
you show up, you have a good
times
time,
one sentence.
And if they like you enough, then they'll let you walk in the door the next time. And eventually you build those friendships, and that's it. And so I had somebody in my life who I just had to cut out of the closer part of my life, but because they were asking all these questions and, wanting to figure out how to use me for their own income and their own, how do I turn this into social attention for myself? How do I make money off of him? And, and it wasn't, at first when she first started inviting me over, it was nothing. And then I started making money, right? And then she started seeing some of my content, and all of a sudden it's
Oh, maybe she figured out he was a bad guy.
From being a friend of mine to wanting some type of business situation from me, and then trying to mix the two and be like, "Well, no, we're friends." And I'm like, I'm sorry, but you might have some people in your life that aren't intelligent, but I am, and I don't have an interest. So, and I didn't say any of that, obviously, but that's how I felt.
Probably because
I'm talking to you guys about it, because that's how I do it. I'm real with you, and the moment you come down on me, well, I'm raining the hellfire, and I'm moving on. That's it. That's what I was taught and raised to do. It's what I was trained to do, and that's exactly what I do.
You gotta
come down on me once, well, you're not getting back up. And it doesn't have to be physically. I'm not a violent person in the civilian sector, but I am most definitely focused forward in every other way.
Celebrity says I was giving him a hard time. Yeah.
So, that's it. It's
hard being James.
I'm done. And
it's hard
being
famous out here in
Hollywood. If you want to meet up again, I said the boundaries are set. That's it. Whoa. If you want to meet up again, we can meet up in another place at another time, and that's it. And you could either be there or be square. And, so I'll wait
Birthday
till that
6 is what this stream's called.
If she shows up at that place on that time,
6,
or at that place at that time, then I'll hang out with her. And
no
if she
boogers,
doesn't,
but
then that's
still
fine.
gray
And
hair.
I also informed her. I said,
hairs.
just so you know,
it's one long gray
I'm
hair.
back out here, right? So, what do you call it? If I show up smelling like piss and shit, and smelling like the street and the air in LA, it's because there are people that needed my help and I was out here. And if you want to be so judgmental as to make a comment about, you know, my bodily situation,
a bodily situation. He smelled like fish.
Well,
that's the
fine.
fish house.
I'll go hang out with people that give me respect. You know,
this is all over the place.
And that was that. And
I think
it was in reference to something having, you know, something in the house. You know, like that something in the house had a little BO on it, and I'm just like, that's fine. You know, where I go next and what I do, I'm doing whatever I want, and it's not your fault. It's not your problem. You know, I told her, like, don't feel like any of this is your problem, your fault, because it's not. I'm making the personal decision to step out of this situation. You know, and I'm not your problem. I'm going to be just fine. Don't be worried about me. And then last but not least is, you know, I told her, I'm like, you're telling me a little bit about BO on the couch. I could go on the internet right now.
BO on the couch? The couch smells like shit, James.
Right
I
now,
need you out of here.
I could go online. I could take a picture of this couch. I can bring it up on Google, and I could buy you a whole new one right now. And, you know, she just doesn't understand the concept. You know, she's like, she's stuck on the culture part of it, thinking about the culture instead of realizing that it's not all about that. And I just can't roll with people that are that way, you know? Like, if when you're below the fold on a mental level.
This is a good one. I wanted to go to the store, but this is like.
Maybe on a professional level, but not a personal one.
So good shit.
And so I'm going to go see another person that's in my life who, unfortunately, he's the exact same way. And so we're going to establish a boundary. I'm going to establish a boundary with him today. But first, I'm going to go
watch out,
and
Steve
I'm
Kelso.
going to, you know, equal out some situations
He's
got going on
walking
just because of
Kelso.
some of the things him and I have in common. I'm going to go help him out a little bit. But then I'm going to wait for him to go too far. And then we'll, if he does, then I'll be done with him. And if he doesn't, then good. You know? But that's how it is. And then last but not least, is I got another friend who, you know, he doesn't really expect anything from me, but it's also partially because he doesn't need anything from me. Like anything that he could get from me, he already has. So,
right,
you know, sometimes that's a good thing, right? Is like people like being the friends that I have like being friends with me because I'm not greedy, I'm not annoying, I'm not like I don't try to get stuff from people, right? And it makes it real easy to be friends. Then you got people that just aren't that way. And so thankfully I got one friend left. And now I got a whole bunch of business associates. As soon as I got paid, I got all these business associates because I can't keep the boundaries straight. But I still got one friend left. So that's, you know, I'm happy about that. And that's fine for now. One friend is more than none. So I just, you know, keep thanking God for what I do have and for who I do have. And, you know, it's also, be careful what you pray for, be careful what you ask for, and be careful what you wish for, because you might get it, you know. And I asked God for gold, God, and glory. He gave it to me, and I'm suffering the consequences that come with, you know, no good deed going unpunished. And I'm comfortable with that, you know. It's part of the job, comes with the territory. It's involved, you know, included in the lifestyle, and most definitely will be a continued pattern in my future too. No matter what I do, I'm still going to end up having to deal with people that I'll be friends with for a time, or I'll be close with for a time, and then I'll have to move on from. And then whenever I plateau, right?
So Diggity says Josh is funding you because you're extorting him. That's illegal, bro. So I'll pull up what Josh sent me. Just give you some context there.
Then when I do get to that point, then whatever friends I have, hopefully I'll get to keep a little bit longer, you know? But for now, I'm kind of meeting people. We're getting what we want out of each other, and then we're, you know, moving on up and out into other spaces in society that we want to. So, you know, essentially what happened was I reached where I needed to get to. She reached where she needed to get to. I was ready to let go, and she wasn't. And I mean, that's, you guys know, you know, something that is like that happened in the past. You know, it had happened before with another person. So, you know, it is what it is. And realistically, it's happened a whole lot with a whole lot of people in my life.
Josh said he didn't give him anything, though.
You know, and that's another thing, as I say, I said to her, I'm like, you don't realize, like what I told you guys earlier, just certain things that were going to go on with her that I helped her avoid without her knowing about it, didn't tell her about it. Well, from here on in, I'm going to start telling people, like, hey,
James is,
just so you know, this is happening, that's happening, this is the person that's doing it, you're about to get kicked out of your apartment. And then whenever I help them stop it from happening, maybe I'll get some credit, instead of having someone go off on me and then turn around and try to blame me for their problems, not realizing that although they're out of cash, they're not living on the street. And I help facilitate the possibility of them not being on the street.
Who is
While
Administrator
they're looking at
Callie?
me saying I'm the reason they're out of cash. I'm like, you spent $200 and you saved about 18 grand. But that's fine. You could be pissed at me for, taking your 200. And when I say taking, I mean receiving, and then asking about 5 different times if I owe them anything. And I got people in this broadcast right now with us, with the 200 people in here. I got people right now in here with us that could testify to the fact that I help them increase their lives. I help people get promotions. I help people find better housing situations.
James, come on.
Off the street. It's what I do.
Don't be silly.
And I've learned that sometimes I have to take the credit. I was raised to pray in secret. I was raised to do the right thing without talking too much about it. But I've also learned that every now and again, it's important to let people know what you do. That way you can take some credit for it and people aren't coming down on you in times when they might not be in a good mood. So, I'm doing good. And I'm thankful for the opportunity to be doing good. I can't let people keep coming down on me about stuff, And I'm proud of myself for establishing that boundary. And I might regret it in a day or 2 or 3 when I'm super tired and, and
Got
also
nothing to your
making sure
name, like usual.
that, this boundary that got established, just as I was finally exhausted. There could have been 1,000 different times that she could have decided to say the words that she knew would get me to leave, right? But she waited until I was starting to count on her and actually starting to, rely on her and start putting out my energy.
James didn't rely on anyone.
Now I'm tired and I'm burnt out. And then she decides to say something thinking that I'm going to submit and take a knee to her, And then I got a buddy who I know is about to do the exact same thing because he did it last year and I refused to. I put my foot down.
That's fucking Steve Kelso.
I'm expecting it to happen here, but I'm hoping it doesn't. But like I said, I'm already coming in with the expectations. We'll see what happens. But I'm hoping that the experiences that we share, such as the work that I've done with law enforcement in the past, and then also, some of the similar backgrounds we share in reference to the military, I'm hoping that's enough for him to, at least tighten up a little bit and stay focused instead of trying to take advantage. And I don't expect him to take it.
I don't know what he's talking about with the military, Yeti or something. But yeah, I agree. I tell Josh to block James all the time. She was like, this guy's getting way too fucking comfortable here, this homeless guy, so got to get him out of here. And that's probably what happened. I swore he was at a shelter, but all that apartment talk kind of makes sense now.
No worries about that. But it doesn't change the fact that more than likely, I'm going to be spending the next few months smelling like absolute shit.
I've been warning Kelso. I'll warn him again.
It's going to be bad. But you know what? I'm still going to do what I got to do anyway. And hopefully I'll get the same amount of respect, if not more, than I did get last year, having been out here and being in a rough spot. Even when I was, and that's something I want to say for the city of LA and the people that live here, for how bad of a rap people here get, how bad of a rap we get. Guys, I could tell you, when I was down and out and things were like really rough, they were super respectful to me. They were kind. They went out of their way for me. They always gave me a chance. And they never, ever left me without food. I always ate. I never, without having to beg, without having to ask, without having to expect.
Okay, so the last time I reached out to Steve Kelso, he said, "Oh wow, thanks for the heads up. I haven't watched any of his streams or been following his activities. He still hasn't spoken to me or messaged me in over a year, so he must be talking about someone else or just making stuff up. Still curious to see where he ends up next. Hope you're doing well." And like the one before that, he was like, I won't help him. I wonder if he'll end up back in jail again. So I am hoping that Steve Kelso is... Steve Kelso has given me no reason to think he would be lying about that, but if he ends up back at Steve Kelso's, then I don't know, that'd be fucking crazy. That's what it sounds like. Who did James stay with in Hollywood last time? Nobody. No one else is here that he knows.
Start a new life. So, people are decently understanding of people's need to start new.
Yeah, I don't know who Callie is. I want to know who Callie is, too.
Okay. Oh, I have a lot to catch up on. Give me a minute here.
Yeah, I don't think Steve will help him either.
I'm about to shut off. I'm about to shut down the broadcast in say 5 minutes, and then I should be back. Later on, I might not be, but I should be. Thank you guys for understanding how I took most of the day yesterday.
This is the Swank McCufferton account.
I really needed it. So,
hopefully James doesn't.
At least I got a full day's rest, and that's what I needed. Was just one day to let my body rest.
I'm surprised Kelso let him in last time after he'd been to jail. You know? If the internet taught me anything, it's to never trust anyone fully on the internet. So, like, I assumed Steve Kelso would not help him out, but you never know. I was very surprised when he helped him out last time.
I'm not sorry to tell you. I'm going to say, sucks to be you. Sucks to be wrong. I am not being funded by anybody who you might try to think I'm being funded by. I'm actually not being funded by anyone. I have the proper support from the government that everyone in a situation like mine has access to. And then I also have short-term contracts going on in my employment arena. And I am working on long-term gainful employment as we speak. Muted by the administrator. I didn't even realize that I left you as a moderator. I'm glad I did. Thank you. Thank you. And I also wanted to mention that, for anybody that's trying to give credit to anybody who ain't deserving it, I don't have anybody giving me money. I ain't in that situation. Like I said, I'm working. I've just been working off the books. And so I'm putting it on the books and only working with people that I tell, hey, I may have to put this on the books. They say, oh, that's fine. It's all right. So I'm doing the work. I'm keeping my tabs, keeping my logs. And if I get to a point of income where I got to report it, I will. And realistically, I think what's going to end up happening is I'm not even going to have to report it because I'm going to end up getting a real job before I end up to the amount of money that it would take to report it.
What is 65 beans? 30 cents? What are these contracts?
Welcome from Boston. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anybody asked about Boston. I don't know. I didn't see that comment. If someone did. Oh, is this dead? Better not be dead.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm good. I was going to say, there's no way I puffed this thing 10,000 times yet. Excuse me. All right. Yeah, so that's the spiel. That's the story. That's what's going on. And I'll tell you what, I'm shaking the scammers. I'm shaking the scumbags. I'm doing pretty good. I'm very happy about it. It's like I know when to get out. I'm not stupid. Sometimes it's smart to get out when you should. And if you don't, it ends up catching up with you. So for me personally, with that situation, I knew it was already starting to go sideways. I was just really hoping that I wasn't dealing with people that would take it that far.
Emily.
Take it that way. And unfortunately, they did.
Emily.
And that's that. And then,
Glad to see you're safe, Emily.
I get a phone call from someone who's pretty much just trying to bait me into their program and not really offering me the help. Whose job who called me? Somebody called me
You can always get new stuff, Emily, but you can't get a new party. That's what Pam Beasley said one time.
Went and gave me a phone call, and it wasn't their job to call me at all. They had, I guess, heard about me or something, and so they tried to call me to get ahead of me, to make it more difficult for me to get into a proper housing situation. And And so I turned them down, and they offered to give me a phone number, and they told me the phone number, and they go, all right, can you repeat it back to me because I want to make sure you got it? I said, no, I'm in the middle of something. So, all right, well, this is for you. I said, well, thank you. Have a good day. Because realistically, they weren't calling for me. They wanted to make their numbers look good. They wanted to say that at least they made contact with somebody and then turn around and not offer me the assistance to begin with. What they were doing was trying to get me investigated.
Right.
And so, unfortunately, I had to cut off that option.
No, but for real, I'm glad that you're safe. I'm sorry about
who had
everything being
offered for me to
destroyed,
come to
though.
them. And I couldn't even walk this morning. because I was just so tired. My body hurt so bad I could barely walk, and so I couldn't go to them, and I had to cancel. And I'll tell you what, later on I realized those people were yanking my chain too, because they told me this, they told me that, and then what they told me today and yesterday didn't line up with what they had told me previously. And so I'm like, okay, if that's how we're going to play it, then we'll play it that way. You know, you want to get loud, I'll match your energy, not a problem. So now I'm just I'm doing things my way. I said, you know, I'm the one with the money.
He's always done things his way. When did it ever change?
Than any of the people that were trying to bait me in. I have more opportunity being presented to me than anybody that was trying to use my name to make themselves money, cheat me out of my resources, and figure out how to entrap me. So I'm doing just fine. I'm getting ahead. And all
that sounds a lot like me, but I don't think James is tired about me today. Out.
I'll talk to you guys soon. Send me some messages. We're not going to connect until possibly later tonight or even tomorrow. So I don't want to miss out on talking to you.
Okay. So that is the James update. Let me stop this recording. He didn't go for very long. He went for 29 minutes. I guess I can pop this over and see. I'm gonna have to export it real quick, just to see if we missed anything from the beginning, because I want to see if he maybe went into more detail about this prior living situation. How long is it gonna take though? What are we on? We're on October 10th. Oh shit! Fucking the month is blazing through. October 10th. Save. Let it do its thing. He should be back, I guess. He doesn't have a place to stay anymore. I thought for sure he was in a shelter, but I guess he just had this chick's couch he was crashing on that he made smell really fucking bad, extremely bad. That she was like, James is crazy. So for anyone who didn't read this, or if you're just listening and not paying attention to the screen, Josh texted me today. He was like, "Are you awake? I need to tell you something from your BFF Jimmy." Because me and James are just BFFs, you know. And I was like, "What's up?" You know, like the Scream commercial. And then he was like, "Well, he informed me today that if I don't send him $300, he requested by the end of today he's gonna call the FBI, and have me arrested for extortion and blackmail because I told him I would help him out, and I'm not. I'm going back on my word. So if you don't hear from me, no, I got arrested." And I was like, James, obviously he can't do that. James is the one blackmailing Josh for money under the guise of the FBI gonna get him if he doesn't send him the money. So if he did contact any law person, James would be the one in trouble, not Josh. So I don't know. That's just that's that. You guys can see the cat again now. We'll get rid of this thing. Oh wait, I want to show you something quick though. So James posted a picture of the business, and the business is just me down here. Being like, except that never happened. It was just a fun story to get donations for Subway because he was yapping on about some stupid story. And James may be a snitch. So I like how just in his screenshot that he posted yesterday, the little heart there. That's funny. What else do we got here? This is this post about getting someone removed from Snapchat by reporting them. Foggy morning. I don't know. YouTube is telling him to make shorts. You know who you are. Treat people with kindness. I don't know if I ever showed you guys this. He took a picture of the Tom Cruise star, a picture of the Elton John star, a picture of the Elvis Presley star, and his pumpkin spice latte. Wait, we have seen this one. And his hat. I think that's his hat. His whatchamacallit hat. His bucket hat. So he's online. He sits on this woman's couch online all day. That's what it is. That's fake. The sunglasses look fake, but he did have aviators like that at one point. What a funny, strange guy. Alright, it's almost done exporting. And then, how long will it take the airdrop today? Hopefully not long. Shouldn't be. Ooh, look how spooky. You guys think he's stealing / scamming? You don't think he's tricking? Well, tricking is a close second. Social media. I mean, he only has, like I said, 30 cents on Bigo. I don't. All his other social medias, he has like no following. He doesn't post. He doesn't like make good content on. So I can't see him. He's getting money somehow because he has his vapes. He had the $70 nachos that he did the chargeback on and everything. So, I just don't think he's getting his money from social media, but it would make sense if that's what he means. 0% good, honest day labor. It would surprise me if James was doing good, honest day labor, to be honest. I just can't see that being in there, but I figure we should put it in. Just maybe, maybe. But I think he's tricking. I don't think he's smart enough or has like the patience or mental prowess these days to do a scam or to steal without getting caught like right away. And James is like horny all the time, so he'd be filling two needs. Like he needs money and he's horny. So like if he was tricking, I think it's this. That's just my opinion though. Okay, let's airdrop this. See, I always open this. I always think that's the thing I'm trying to airdrop, but it's a picture of Janelle Evans for whatever reason. I don't even know why that's there. Can I get rid of this? It's a weird picture of Janelle Evans too. Not even one that looks like me. I don't know why I have it here. Share, airdrop. MacBook. At least this gives me time because like we need to look into Daisy, but I can like start up another stream for that, and then I can go and I can get soda pop. I think that was a. Okay, this is airdropping faster than it was yesterday. What are you guys saying? What are you guys up to? Let's see. Tricking. Yeah, ho! I agree. And he did a lot of work last night because it's hard for him to walk this party. It's always hard for James to walk. He blames it on his feet. He's like, I don't know why. My one foot's getting pretty bad, guys. It's like, stop walking back and forth on the fucking Walk of Fame. All day and night. Also, that's kind of like what you would do if you were tricking, right? Walking up and down, asking people for stuff. Soda pop. So no, I call it pop, and you guys are like, "What are you talking about?" When you're talking about pop, and I'm like soda. So I'm Americanizing myself. It probably gets like $75 to $125 every 2 weeks. That's how it works in New York. For tricking or from the government, like government assistance. It's like I would hope he's making more off of tricking, but who knows? It is James with his fish ass. Maybe he's getting the customers that the other. Is there prostitutes on the Walk of Fame? Maybe James is breaking new ground here. It's like, it's never been done before. Never been done. Soft drink? You guys call soft drinks? For public assistance? I'm assuming that is pub for public assistance? For pubic assistance? I don't know. Soda pop. Toe fungus to match his fish ass. Ugh. Did we see his toes? Was his toes looking gnarly? I don't know. Or was that what he was talking about last night when he was complaining about his feet? Because sometimes I tune James out in certain parts of life, certain parts of his stories, and maybe it's my brain trying to save me from myself. It's like, you don't want to know about James's toe fungus, Steve. This isn't important or relevant. We can just move past this. All right, I got the thing airdropped here though, so let's see. Just the beginning. It won't be too long because like I had it. I was pretty quick on the draw today. So when did it say we started streaming? 7:21. Oh, well that doesn't help me. It would have earlier. Hold on, earlier. The screen that we were just seeing, like right at the beginning there, it said that it was 7:19. Yeah, so this is only like 2 minutes, before I was on. But this is his silent, waiting for people to come in thing. There's only 50 people, 50 fake people.
The birthday continues. Day 6.
Okay, we really did a mismatch, I think.
Hello. So, I got one less friend today. I gained an acquaintance. I gained a business acquaintance, but I lost a friend. I had, well, realistically, I lost two friends.
Two friends.
Uh, I'm headed to go see one now. Well, I got some of my money. I got a few jobs accomplished. Let me get my headphones off because I'm probably talking super loud. Give me like 1 second. It's like super hot out here. The sun's really bright. All right. Yeah. So, for anyone that doesn't know, I had, I had some of my money come through, and I got a couple of jobs completed. I got paid, right? So I got a couple of grand.
A couple of grand? A couple grand. Okay, I don't think we got this part. If we did, I was like setting stuff up or I was not paying attention.
And I honestly, like, when it comes to people, and this is gonna be so mean, but I really don't care. When it comes to people that are like, I'm sorry, but I don't like people pleasers. Like, I really don't. It's so rampant out here, people pleasing, and it's the most annoying thing in the world. Now, when people do it out of fear, that's one thing. It doesn't bother me because, like, I get it. I know what it's like to have somebody you're afraid of, and so you're like nice to them so they don't hurt you. But
Right, Chris? Imagine choosing this lifestyle. Like just being like, this is a good thing. This is a good thing for me. It's healthy.
when people do it because they want something from you, like, I would rather, and this is God's honest truth, I would rather someone threaten my life to try and get something from me than give me a fake compliment to get something from me.
I think this is pretty much where he came in, actually. So he claims to have had $2,000, and this is what caused the falling out, and that's why he's upset because this person he wouldn't give this person money for rent. He was thinking up their couch. Probably a lot of reasons. If we can read between the lines, I think James is like freeloading. I don't think he has a couple of grand. That's crazy. That's just crazy. But I guess we'll find out in the next couple of days if he's spending it on stupid shit, because James will spend his money on the most stupid stuff I've ever seen anyone spend money on, especially for a homeless person. Like, he bought a $50 tumbler from Starbucks when he had money, when he got like $75 from, I don't remember who he got it from, but it was when he was staying at the college last year. Like, just the most useless stuff. So we'll see in the next couple of days. If he's buying dumb stuff, then maybe he did get some money. I would imagine he would just get a hotel after this point if he had a couple grand, but we'll probably see him sleeping on the streets. Or maybe he'll end up in a shelter. I don't know. Where do you guys think? You think he'll end up on the streets or in the shelter? But this is like a short stream. I was about to say I'll end this one so we can I can fire up a Daisy stream. We only went for like 38 minutes. I guess it's not like I guess it's not a huge thing. Wonder, is there any other James stuff I can tell you guys about? I don't think so. James has been pretty quiet. He's been a pretty quiet guy. Oh, I'm just gonna see if there's anything on the community tab quick here. Show you guys. Or if I got Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm just seeing some seven splints. Turning into fucking James here. Sorry, let's go to the community tab. I had someone say that they might know of like where James ended up yesterday, which could be like around this mystery person's whereabouts, but I need to like look more into it before I share it publicly. I don't want to like blow up anyone's spot or accidentally fucking dox someone or something. Doesn't look like there's anything else. Nothing really. Got some weird new AI pic from like 5 hours ago. Oh, someone sent me drone stuff. I made a post today. Here, I'll show you guys my post. Someone sent me this. It's like drone. You can like tap into the drones through Wi-Fi, and look at the Walk of Fame. Because remember when he was going on about the Ring cameras and stuff, and he was like, if you're a business, you're not allowed to have a Ring camera. You better not. If you fucking get me on camera, you owe me money. Blah 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 blah. And then we got a couple new things. He's trying to look like Chris Anonymous or something. I don't know. And then we got. Yeah, really scruffy James. Is this from inside the place? Like, this looks like someone's stuff, like art and stuff behind him. That doesn't look AI generated. What is this? This is the gym. This has to be the gym, right? This is like closings for the gym, you know? And Brad Demir. Birthplace Vladivostok? What? Lives in Vladivostok? What is that? What is that? Really though, I don't get that. I've never heard that place. Where is this place? Can we I'm gonna have to type that. Vladivostok. Hold on. See where this is. Vladivostok. It's Rescue Birds in Russia. Oh, he's pretending to be Russian again. That's cool. James is cool when he's Russian, you know? Yeah, now. Recent activity from Facebook. Moreover, Taylor Swift has replaced you with Sabrina Carpenter. What is this? Okay, this AI James is really fucking weird. Like him posting the AI shit, it's just ugh. Chicken Guy Fieri. He's using his middle name now too again? Wow. That didn't know Jennifer Lopez had haters. I forgot Jennifer Lopez existed. Didn't she date Ben Affleck or something? Or is that a different person? Or am I crazy? J-Lo, right? Yeah, and then we got Sabrina Carpenter. Because he loves Sabrina Carpenter. That's his new fixation. Like if James ever ran into Sabrina Carpenter in real life, I think she would get murdered. Like, I don't know. We'd find her on Gower Avenue with fucking James. Yeah, so I guess that's it. That's it for the James stream today, unless he goes live again, and then we'll be back. We'll be back. But I'm going to go grab some drinks, and we'll do a Daisy stream. It's only 8 p.m., so this is still early. I want to show you guys the stream she did last night. When she was sleeping, she's like, I don't consent to be woken up, blah, 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 blah. And then we can do the Softwood Underbelly interview with Monique. John, I think I told you guys this already, but in case you weren't here, John did reschedule the interview for tomorrow, so it's going to be tomorrow at 10 p.m. We'll do Heather, like Feral Friday, tomorrow, like 8 p.m., so like around this time tomorrow, we'll be doing Heather. And then we can just switch into the John interview after that. But there's also like a couple of videos on Daisy's burner channel. I call it the burner channel, but the channel that not a lot of people know about, that we haven't watched either. So I figured we could check those out and just run out the clock with those, because I don't know if they're good or not. So we'll see. If they're not good, like we'll just be like, all right, fuck this. If they are good, then like it'll be something we didn't know about. Whoa. So there's the game plan. So keep an eye out. I'll be back within probably the next half hour. I'm just gonna grab some stuff real quick, and we shall continue. And James better be a good little angel and not go live. I was hoping I could just like grab stuff while James was live. I was like, but I don't know. He didn't. He was really short today. He didn't give me the chance to. So yeah, I'll see you guys all soon. And toodles. Oh, that's not the right button. Hold on, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do this. How do I do this? This will not be able to reconnect. Yeah, but why does it look different than when I usually end it?